by all appearances. From the outside looking in, the town of Hamelin is your typical place. Rustic, families, children. The stuff of fairy tale. But we peel the layers back and we find a sinister story. A charlatan, abduction, and ultimate heartbreak. I'm Jaded Nerd. Welcome back to True Crime Fairy Tale, featuring the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Let's go. There's not much known about this individual. He shows up, immaculately dressed, flashy, gaudy, vibrant clothing, hence the Pied Piper. Coincidentally, the town is experiencing an outbreak, an infestation, and they do not know how to fix it. Why this town? Why this man? Why this particular problem? The plan of action is simple. Pull out the fife, play the music, rid the town of the vermin. The rats are captivated by this music. They follow him. He leads them to a nearby river. They drown themselves and the town is elated. The problem is solved. But the next layer of our story presents itself. A story of Renee. The Pied Piper and the town had an agreement. Help us out. Rid us of this infestation, the vermin. We'll pay you handsomely. He happily obliged, only to be met with resistance. The unwillingness to pay for services rendered. Negotiations take a contentious turn. One side outshouts the other. Angrily leaving, the Pied Piper vows, "I shall have payment." Very ominous words indeed. A few days later, the Pied Piper returns, but he's a different man. No longer is he dressed to impress. Hunter's outfit, with a look of determination. He pulls out the all too familiar fife, but in this instance, the children are caught up. Every child in the town, age 4 years and up, can do nothing but answer the call, the serenade. He leads them away. Obviously, the town is in an uproar. Where are the children? An eyewitness who had been babysitting says, allegedly, they were led to the mountain, to a cave, never to return. The mothers and fathers, guardians, loved ones are frantic. More than 130 souls were lost that day, all because of Renee, a lie, and a possible greedy charlatan. This story is referenced and talked about in the town of Hamelin to this very day, the present. An eerie reminder of what could happen when a promise is made, but it is not kept. Let's break this story down a bit more, shall we? It is my belief that the Pied Piper was a traveling charlatan. I believe that he had an extensive network of spies and people who performed reconnaissance to scout out these different locations to learn what it is that they may have a need for. Perhaps it's to rid the town of infestation. Perhaps it's to peddle new wares they had never seen before. My gut feeling gives me the inclination that the convenience and coincidence of the town's problem and the very specific skill set of our Pied Piper are too close to miss. The anger over not being paid seems simple, but if we dive deeper, he'd be aware of how much money, how much revenue, how much value the town actually had. When the contract and agreement had been reneged, he knew that they had more to offer, more than they were willing to give. The anger, the narcissism, the hubris that lies within prompted and motivated him to come up with his most sinister scheme yet. He would have payment, but not in a conventional sense. So this alleged charlatan traveling from town to town, village to village, collecting money and accolades, living their best life. Sounds good. The town gets what they need, he gets what he needs. But if you cross him, it could be devastating. I'm Jaded Nerd, and this has been True Crime Fairy Tale, the story of the Pied Piper. A charlatan, a traveler, a businessman, a town, a story of renege, and ultimate abduction, heartbreak, and mystery. This is True Crime Fairy Tales, and we shall definitely convene next time.